Nintendo 64 Fun Time.
What is up, YouTube? Nintendo 64 Fun Time coming back at you today. I got a really cool video for you today, but first I want to do another shout out to someone who's been supporting me on YouTube and also has a really awesome YouTube page. You need to go check him out. It's Aaron Villalobos. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. I'll put a link in the description below, otherwise known as Animated Aaron. I follow him on Instagram as well. Really cool guy, does some really cool YouTube stuff. He does a lot of video game stuff on top of just some like down-to-earth kind of video blog sort of stuff, and just really chill channel. I really like going and watching his videos just at any time, just real chill channel. So shout out to him. He's been real supportive of my channel, so just want to give him props back. So what are we talking about today? I'm basically going to do just a basic video of, let's pretend you want to get into making YouTube videos or just recording your video gameplay in general. Now this is going to be more geared towards the retro stuff because that's how I started out, and that's a way to really start out doing it very cheaply. And again, that's what this guide is for. To start out making YouTube videos of retro consoles or recording your retro stuff really cheaply, and then being able to edit them. Editing software, recording software, computer stuff, it all gets overwhelming. There's so much of it, and a lot of it is ridiculously expensive. You can start your own YouTube channel for under $50 and end up doing really well and having some good quality stuff. Now, one of the first things you're going to have to do if you're going to want to start to record video game stuff is the super old school way used to be to record it onto like DVDs or VHS sort of thing and then transfer them over to your computers. But there's a few things out there that are really cheap that are great that you can record digitally. One of those being just this cheap Diamond brand. It's like a video capture device. This was really made for bringing DVDs digitally or VHS or anything like that into the digital realm. But what's great about this is it has inputs. You have your normal RCA input, and it also comes with an S-video. Now, most video game consoles, retro consoles, have the ability to output S-video. Does it matter? Not necessarily, but it does make your video games a little bit sharper, a little bit brighter when you are recording them. So if you're into that, if you want it to look better, you know, the S-video is awesome. And like I said, most of these retro consoles can output S-video. It wasn't too popular in the States here, but it's a really good resource. It basically just goes out to a USB, and the only problem with these that people will say is the recording software it comes with is trash. That is true. It is trash, and it's unfortunate, but there are workarounds. This right here I got on sale on Amazon for under $20. So if we're going as far as a budget goes, we're under $20 already, and we have a way to record footage. I recently got an Elgato Game Capture HD, which is an amazing product, but it's a little more expensive. It's $100, but we're trying to keep this cheap. This is what I started out with, and this works really well. So now we have something to capture the games. What's next? We're going to need a program to bring in the game capture, because I told you the program it comes with is absolute trash. Best one out there, and it's absolutely completely open sourced free, is OBS. Everybody uses OBS to, whether it's Twitch. I'm recording on OBS right now because you have the option to bring in multiple sources at one time. You can organize, you can adjust everything on the screen. The only problem with OBS is there's a pretty big learning curve to get all your settings perfect. But what's really cool is I can take my capture card, bring it in as a direct source in OBS, and with my webcam, and record footage, and it looks really good. There's a retro setting, so as far as like your tearing or your interlacing and stuff, it actually smooths that out. So when you're recording, there's plenty of stuff. OBS is just absolutely amazing. Google it. There's OBS, the original one, and then OBS Studio, which is a newer one. And they're both absolutely great. They're absolutely free. At no time will you ever have to pay. And it's, in my opinion, some of the best recording software you can get for PC. Mac might have some better stuff that it comes with, but I've never used a Mac before. And that's another thing I do have to say is, in order to have this stuff and in capture stuff, you obviously have to have a computer. Doing retro stuff, you don't have to have a great computer, just a nice enough computer. You could do it on a laptop too, just a nice enough computer with a decent processor, a newer processor in it. So I'm assuming you already have a computer, so we're not gonna, put that into the expense of this. So we have our way to capture the games, we have our recording software, OBS, and now we have to edit the footage. If you want to make some, your videos pretty and change volumes or add transitions or anything you want to do for your video. Now, this is what I had the most problem with. There are so many video editors out there. Some of them are free to a point and then you have to pay, or free and they're on lockdown for some stuff. And it's really hard. Editing software was probably the hardest thing that I looked for but couldn't really find without spending, almost $100, $200 for decent editing software. So eventually in my search, just going to websites and just actually hunting down stuff, nobody has a really good video of hey, this is really good free software. But what I found out, the best software that's absolutely completely free, and it's what I use, is Shotcut. Now, some of you might have issue with that, but we're going on the cheap here. We're doing this for as cheaply as we possibly can. Shotcut, absolutely everything in there is free. There's no unlocks. It renders videos in high definition. You can have multiple channels, multiple audio channels, music, pictures, everything. You can bring it in. There's transitions. There's so many filters, and it's such an awesome piece of software, and it's absolutely free. So Shotcut, I can't recommend it enough. And like I said, until I need to have a step up, I don't foresee that happening in the future, because Shotcut has just worked so well for me. And then the last thing you're going to need, if you don't want to do webcam stuff, I know a lot of people will just shoot footage and then put audio over it. If you are going to do just audio over video game footage, I recommend a microphone. Again, I got this one for about under $20, $15 off Amazon. If you are going to want to capture footage, there's some really good webcams on the market that will do 1080p. You don't really need to do 4K. I know 4K is the thing now, but I have a 1080p camera. It's just a Microsoft HD 3000, and I think I got that one on sale for under $30. So if we're going for total price with our capture card and our webcam, we're right around $50. You can get started and shoot really high quality, really good retro stuff. So I will put links into in the description of this video. And if you want to know more about OBS, setting it up for the retro consoles with the best settings, or if you want to know more about Shotcut, if you guys are super interested in that, I will try to do tutorial videos on that. And a lot of it is just stuff that I had to figure out myself. And if you want a tutorial about setting up your Diamond, or they make so many different versions of the same thing now. Just one with the S video is really, really nice to have. And then OBS just makes it look really good. So if you want more information about those specific things, let me know. But for the most part, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to record video game footage and keep it under $50, that's the best way to do it. Free software, and then a cheap capture card and webcam, and you do just fine. So those are a few tips that I have. I'm not a professional. I don't have very many subscribers, but that's what I use and enjoy. And if you are starting out a channel, sometimes it can get a little frustrating just with views or whatever, subscribers. Don't get into it to do that. I do it because I get to play my retro video games and enjoy them and share them. And if people want to watch, that's absolutely great. So that's my other advice. If you are going to start out on YouTube, or if you are going to start out recording your video games, do it because you want to do it and you want to do it for fun, or else you're just going to be disappointed and you're going to get angry. Do it for fun. Have fun with it. Play your games. That's what it's there for. That's so awesome. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is just kind of a start out video. If you want to know more about anything, just let me know. So anyway, Nintendo 64 fun time. Be nice, stay positive, and always be gaming.